I'm still starting to stream to get this set up to work well. Okay, there we go. Okay, almost there, almost there. Okay, everybody, we're about to start. Okay. We will be reading. So YouTube screen, you will be reading. We'll be rolling in. Okay, we need some people, guys. Get someone. I don't know how many people are watching this one on Facebook. But YouTube people start pouring in and it started. So I got the Facebook live stream running right now and the YouTube. Starting in a sec. Get some people. Guys, enjoy. Because I'm really excited to get started. There will be controversial stuff. So if you're not a Christian or conservative, you may have some disagreements with me, but no hate on me because I don't hate anyone. Okay? Thank you. Hold on a second. I answer the phone. Hello?
Hey there, your name came across my... You have qualified for hundreds of dollars.
Thanks. Alright. So we may get interrupted by phone calls today, so... Do... What? Okay, that didn't work. Well, I guess we'll have to ignore it. So yes, we will be interrupted today by stupid phone calls. Okay, people. So come on, roll in. I may have to start this video. And you'll get right to where we are. Okay. Literally gotta get this one up here. Okay. Pouring in. Alright, it is 5:02, so if you aren't here yet, non-live stream. So if you miss this and you're not tuning in, you will be able to watch the live stream again, either on my Facebook page or on YouTube, which is here. So whichever you want to watch. Okay. So let's get started, shall we? So I will be reading an article for once today. And here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, I actually found this out on endtime.com. Their Endtime Ministries Facebook page. So Okay, here we go. Come on. Come on. Literally. Work for a change. Okay, here we go. So sorry the screen's sideways for a sec, guys. Here we go. Okay, got it up in Chrome. Okay, loading. Internet's so. Whoa! Literally, it's not gonna load, guys. Stupid. I'm hoping this live stream's still going because I'm pissed at this thing. Sorry, guys. That article acting up because I have two stinking things on, and one big thing's hooked up to the internet. So if you want to go to my YouTube channel and watch it, it's right there. So let's dive in more. So anyways, I'll go a brief overview. So Iowa schools, I think it's kids about gay, lesbian, and all that, the LGBTQ community history. Literally, you can teach history without having to refer to those things. And it's literally stupid because they're exposing this to our children. And we literally no to our children, whichever state this is. And I'm just done with it. People doing this, pushing this on little kids. There's literally videos out there on YouTube of little kids dressed up as women, like little boys dressed as women, or little dressed as men. Just hanging out. I freaking not be seeing that stuff. Literally, there's videos out there of all this stuff, and yes, it is true. People do bring their children to this, which isn't a good thing. Literally, they're exposing their children to inappropriate stuff they should not be. They're chosen by the parents or the abuser who's teaching them this stuff. So, literally, it's just getting crazy. Tad to the news. To Israel. This just happened today, in the news. You may have heard of it. Literally, their anti-Semitic remarks to Israel and trying to boycott Israel in favor of doing that. They have banned her. Donald Trump talked to Benjamin Netanyahu, and the Israeli Knesset talked about it. And it turns out that they're boycotting them. Literally not letting them into the country. Because of thing that happens to be happening is freaking, we have people in Congress not even respecting our own allies. And literally, Israel is our main ally. And literally, trying to make America hate. Literally, stupid. Israel it's a capitalist country. And it's the only true capitalist country in the world besides the United States, which Democrats are trying to ruin and into America. Literally because he wants to lure the brainwashed youth of my generation and even a little bit before and after me. Literally, after I was before, then also they just freaking use these brainwashed kids to brainwash in our schools. I was one of them at one point before I turned into a Christian and a conservative. Everything that was going on. I literally did not like Trump because I was part of that stuff. I was very liberal at the time. And he helped me see through all the lies. And if you're a liberal watching this, you should try to see through all the lies. You should watch a live stream with Donald Trump and literally compare it to the news, besides Fox News. But CNN and MSNBC, compare it to those news. So it's just been kind of getting crazy lately, and that's not all. Teresa Tlaib. Yeah, that was a big news blowout to me today. Let's see. What was it? So I'm trying to think what else I was thinking of. Oh yeah, there's been a viral video out there. You've probably already heard of this, but a CNN host. Okay, so the there's a movie out there called The Godfather, right? And there's this squirt, who's the youngest of every on some stairs, literally on camera, and literally that guy shouldn't be there. He should be fired or put in jail for threatening someone. Literally. But since he's a suspected Democrat, I believe it was not shown anymore. There's a video that wasn't allowed to be shown anymore. But I believe that video is still out there. Yeah, it's getting crazy in the world. So yeah. So trying to think what else. Alright, I'm gonna end the Facebook live stream soon. Cause the YouTube live stream is just going crazy. I think anyways. So yeah, actually let's leave it alone. So basically it's getting out of control here in America. Democrats are pushing socialism. And if you remember last week's episode, literally they are causing people to literally commit crimes because of their brainwashed ideas of socialism and trying to carry out their mission because of them. Literally, that guy in Oregon, I think it's Oregon. No. Oh, it was Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, Dayton, Ohio. That guy was a supporter of Kamala Harris, as I've said in last week's episode. Yeah, not something you want to do. Fox News. Literally, it's just getting out of control. Literally, so yeah. So yeah. Well, this is the end. I can't think of. I was gonna read you an article about Bible prophecy, but I can't. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm ending the Facebook live stream, but I'll be doing the article on the YouTube. So thank you very much for watching on Facebook, and bye. Okay, it's loading. Okay, we're running. Yeah, crazy. Okay. Alright, so End Time Ministries. Okay, there we go. And we will be going to the prophecy page that I was telling you about. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that one article that I was gonna read to you guys, because this is nice. Okay, so closing this video off, there's been anti-Israel ethnic studies curriculum. The anti-Israel movement may be officially tracking down into high school system in the largest state in America. Literally, this is weird. It just blew my mind. This is so fucking weird. Alright. Let's go to read more. Here we go. Man, this is crazy. Literally, I just found this out, so I have to close the video on this. Literally, I know I've been dragging it on lately in this video, but don't worry. It's all gonna be good. Okay, here we go. Alright, here we go. Proposed anti-Israel ethnic studies curriculum in California has Jewish community on alert. Hostility towards Israel and its supporters across college campuses throughout the United States and beyond, well documented for years, has been the focus of pro-Israel groups. Now the anti-Israel movement may be officially trickling down into high school system of the largest state in America. The new ethnic studies curriculum under the proposal by the California Department of Education is being widely condemned by pro-Israel and Jewish groups, California lawmakers, and activists for its blatant bias against Israel. The ethnic studies model curriculum is deeply troubling, not only for its shocking omission of any mention of Jewish Americans or anti-Semitism or its blatant anti-Israel bias and praise of BDS, but for its clear attempt to politically indoctrinate students to adopt the view that Israel and its supporters are part of interlocking systems of oppression and privilege. that must be fought with direct action and resistance. Tammy Rosmain, Benjamin Coe, founder and director of the California-based AMCHA initiative, told GNS, California lawmakers have begun to raise alarms over the proposed curriculum, the result of 2016 law called the creation of model ethnic studies curriculum, the state's Board of Education. The proposed curriculum is currently going through public comment and is expected to go to through revisions followed by the approval next year by the board. Members of California legislative Jewish causes, all Democrats, wrote a letter dating July 29, 2019 to Sumain Chao, chair of the Industrial Commission for California Department of Education. As elected represented members of California's diverse Jewish community, we have constantly prioritized efforts to promote inclusion and have strongly supported efforts to ensure that California students understand the state's complicated history and rich diversity, they wrote. However, we cannot support a curriculum that erases the American Jewish experience, fails to discuss anti-Semitism, reinforces negative stereotypes about Jews, singles out Israel for criticism, and would institutionalize the teaching of anti-Semitic stereotypes in our public schools. The Jewish Caucus has been seeking support from the LGBT, Black, and Hispanic causes, caucuses, among other affected, to call the changes to the curriculum that would include removing the topic of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as an example of the ethnic studies curriculum. The caucus, which was alerted to proposed curriculum by members of the Jewish community, is trying to be strategic in its approach while respecting the reality of politics in California. It has also been having what members describe as a productive conversations with Governor Gavin Newsom's office and state legislators. Jewish groups, including in California, have also been monitoring the curriculum proposal with concern. We have concerns that include the curriculum's omission both of Jews and its ethnic group and of anti-Semitism as a concept. The curriculum should reflect the true diversity of California's population. Jeremy Russell, Director of Marketing and Communications at the Jewish Community Relations Council of San Francisco, told JNS, "We are also concerned by the curriculum's inclusion of the diverse BDS movement, which is inconsistent with the ethnic studies model curriculum guidelines to create space for all students regardless of race, ethnicity, class, gender, sexuality, citizenship to learn different perspectives." Russell said that JCRC, as part of a coalition headed by the Jewish Public Affairs Committee of California, has communicated these and other serious concerns to instructional quality communications of the Department of Education in California, Missouri. From anti-Israel rhetoric to pro-racist songs to troubling legislation is that title part. The proposed curriculum section of Arab American The proposed curriculum section on Arab American Studies course outline contains a number of passages concerning Israeli-Palestinian conflict, such as direct action front for Palestinian Black Lives Matter, call to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, comparative border studies, Palestine and Mexico. It also includes studying national figures such as Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, and Representative Rashida Tlaib, Democrat, Michigan. The late Columbia University professor Edward said, Women's March leader Linda Susser, the late radio personality Casey Kasem, actress Aaliyah Shawkat, and late White House correspondent Helen Thomas, all of whom are associated with anti-Semitic and anti-Israel rhetoric. And the case of Congresswoman push to enact legislation punishing Israel. According to the sample course models, students are also being introduced to concepts like the Nakba, coined from Arabic as the catastrophe, which is used to describe the establishment of Jewish state in Israel in May of 1948 and the displacement of Arabs that occurred. The curriculum also includes songs and poems containing questionable lyrics that relation to the Middle East. One is a rap song by Iraq-Canadian rapper Narsi, The Real Arab Money. Lyrics include, in Palestine, kids can't shop at all these malls. My nation is on my back. Look how proud we are. America busting nuts on Saudi riots. Here we go, the rest. Another song by Shadida Mansour reads, Get out Yankees from Latin America, French, English, and Dutch. I love you, free Palestine. The course goes over Arab stereotypes, including ones that view Palestinians as terrorists who blow up airlines, try to destroy Israel, and attempt to drive the Jews into the sea. It also has a song with the lyrics, I love you, free Palestine, and as the saying goes, the situation must be threatened, but in reality, the situation must stop, for every free political prisoner in an Israeli colony has expanded. The song is also implicitly refers to Jewish and Jews saying that Israel's, most of whom are Jews, uses the press that they can manufacture a classic anti-Semitic trope that Jews control the media. Currently, the curriculum is in a public comment period until August 15th, where residents can voice concerns. At the same time, California is set to enact Resolution AB 331, which will require all California high school students to take at least a one-step semester course in the ethnic studies-based model curriculum, which consists of anti-Semitic and anti-Israel content in order to graduate effective from the 2024 through 2025 academic calendar. If AB 331 is approved by the California State Legislature in the coming days, every high school student in California will be required to take an ethnic studies course based on such a model curriculum before graduating, said Rosamond Benjamin. It's hard to see how California college and university campuses already reeling from alarming numbers of anti-Zionist motivated acts of aggression perpetrated against Jewish and pro-Israel students could begin to see more dramatic increases in the anti-Semitic acts. The resolution was introduced in January by Assembly Member Jose Medina, a Democrat who chairs the Assembly Higher Education Committee. It passed the Senate Education Committee in June. Medina signed the July 29th Jewish Caucus letter. A history of anti-Israel views. These 3 of the 18 members on the Advisory Committee in developing ethnic studies model curriculum include Guy Thera Johnson, Thierry Monto, and Samaya Showman, all of who are all academics documented for their anti-Semitic, Israel-Semitic sentiments and oversight bias. Johnson, who teaches in Chiricano and African American Studies at the University of California, Los Angeles, co-authored an article that included an interview with former Black Panther Party member Angela Davis, who that was sympathetic to Davis's views on Israel and BDS. Montano, Vice President of the California Teachers Association, of a professor of Latino Studies at California State University, Northridge, signed the U.S. campaign for the academic cultural boycott of Israel petition supporting the academic boycott of Israel. Showman, a manager of English learner compliance programs in San Mateo Union High School District, taught that in the Arabs, Muslim ethnicities and diasporas program at San Francisco State University, and talks widely on how to teach the Israel-Palestinian conflict at the high school level. She is further signing a petition accusing Israel of being a racist, autocratic state engaging in ethnic cleansing and treating Palestinians in a savagely racist way, in addition to calling on local food store to boycott all Israeli goods. Johnson, Montano, and Salmain did not respond to a request for comment. A disaster for all Jews in California. This is nothing more than an attempt to fringe activists to hijack the model ethnic studies curriculum for California high schools in service of radical political goals. Seth Brasic, the Anti-Defragmentation League Central Pacific Regional Director, educators and students should not be denied the opportunity to learn about the distinct culture of the Jewish community and its experience with the ethnic group in America. Brisk noticed that while the ADL supported the initiative in principle, the organization will vigorously push back against the pedagogically unsound attempts to distort the purpose of the bill and erase core aspects of Jewish identity and American Jewish experience. Rabbi Abraham Cooper of the Los Angeles-based Simon Wiesenthal Center told JNS that if this curriculum is left unchallenged, it would be a disaster for all Jews in California. BDS is the tipping point of a global campaign to demonize, weaken, and ultimately do away with the Jewish state. The fundamental anti-Semitism has been out by the German Bundestag. It was opposed by the vast majority of Democrats and Republicans, he said. While Cooper said his organization is not opposed to a curriculum about ethnic groups, he is concerned about the imbalance with the specific Palestinian narrative in the case. There are much more than Palestinian talking points. Those leaders have institutionalized victimhood as their core identity. All this comes at the time when many Arabs from the Gulf are beginning to normalize their interaction with the Jewish world, including Israelis. Any curriculum should focus on all Arab nations and celebrate those that have religious tolerance as a norm, like Bahrain, not unfortunately the Palestinian Authority. I hope, said Cooper, that the very diverse Jewish community here in California will oppose any state-mandated curriculum that validates or premises the anti-Semitism. Similarly, Stand With Us CEO Roz Rosenstein said that the Jewish people should also be included in any ethnic studies curriculum as a historically oppressed people. It is outrageous that an effort to teach students about marginalized communities is being used to promote a campaign of hate against Israel, she told JNS. Furthermore, Jews should be included as a historically oppressed people who have a right to self-determination in their ancestral home. The state of California must modify this curriculum to remove anti-Semitic, anti-Israel bias and include education about the Jewish community. SWU sent an action alert on Friday morning. In a statement, the American Jewish community remarked that the curriculum excludes Jews and others. In addition to being historically inaccurate, the proposed mandatory ethnic studies curriculum inexplicably snubs Jews and other ethnic groups as it falls woefully short on inclusiveness of California's diverse population. AJC Los Angeles Chief of Staff Dignant Abram Knopf and AJC Northern California Rabbi Serena Eisenberg told JNS it mischaracterizes Jewish history and identity, especially Mronzi Jews, who comprise a significant portion of the state's Jewish population, neglects the history and scope of anti-Semitism and demonetizes the state of Israel. We urge the state Senate to revise the legislation establishing the curriculum to include safeguards against bias and inaccurate educational guidelines, they continued. The state's Department of Education should carefully review the full contents of the draft curriculum, which will require significant revisions for accuracy. Finally, the current draft adopts politically tenderous tenderest views on race and identity, which should not be taught as unchallenged truths in our state's public schools. California needs to offer its students an opportunity to understand fully the role of ethnicities, race, and religion in the life of all its citizens, especially those privileged previously ignored, added Abramoff and Eisenberg. But this proposed curriculum is not even close to that. Club Z Executive Director Masha Merkalova, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's hope I pronounced it right. Told JNS the proposed California curriculum intentionally includes Jews as an ethnic group that has faced oppression, presents a one-sided narrative of the only Jewish state, and provides the mouthpiece for the bigoted BDS movement. We are now witnessing the result of decades of complacency and passiveness of discrimination against the Jewish community, she continued. This is not a Jewish issue. This should be a concern for every American. Must act before anti-Semitism becomes institutionalized in our public schools. Club Z launched Change.org petition Think Week, calling on the California State Legislature and newsroom to not adopt and proposed curriculum. Proposed curriculum. At press time, it had 182 signatures. There is a rot that has taken firm root in university classrooms, which is another title. Observers see the situation in the ethnic studies curriculum as a result of anti-Israel bias that is trickling down from college campuses to high schools. The Endowment for Middle East Truth has been studying the problem and trying to utilize the legislative process to make challenges in the teaching of Middle Eastern studies in the college level for a decade. Its founder and president, Sarah Stern, told JNS, this one-sided rigid dogma has trickled down from the university classroom to teachers of kindergarten through 12th grade in many ways. More subtle and some not quite so subtle. She said, unfortunately, there is a rot that has taken firm root, heavily biased against Israel in most university classrooms. Indeed, other communities across the North America have been dealing with anti-Israel bias found in its curriculum. Syracuse University political science professor Miriam Elman described the phenomenon as a negative feedback loop. Not only does anti-Israel hostility on college campuses influence the next generation of high school teachers, but these high school teachers are in turn sending kids up to college with a misinformed view of Israel, she said. At a talk earlier this year discussing the biased curriculum and textbook use of Newton, Massachusetts, hosted by the Committee of Accuracy in the Middle East Reporting in America, CAMRA. Exposure of this radical educational initiative is vital so that it does not spread to other states. Steve Stokesky, senior research analyst with Camera, told JNS the curriculum politicizes the education of America's children. Particularly insidious are efforts to inject anti-Israel doctrination, including support for the anti-Semitic BDS movement. The material is prejudicial, devoid of factional content, and has no place in public school education. Similarly, Asif Ramesky, I can never pronounce that, executive director of Scholars for Peace in the Middle East, said the proposed study represents a one-sided, politicalized curriculum, especially as it relates to Israel in the Middle East. Romirsky said that ethnic studies at universities in particular have a long history of supporting the Falungists and a historical BDS movement, something we have witnessed in California. For example, when an anti-Israel student taught a course at the University of California at Berkeley called Palestine, a Settler Colonial Analysis, was approved by Dean of Social Sciences Carl Hesse, following the recommendation by the Department of Ethnic Studies. As such, Ramadowski said that this too is an example of the trickle-down effect of anti-Israel bias going from college campuses to high schools. This is not from some big push from California Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel told JNS. This is about a small group of people who drafted this curriculum, and we're going to get it fixed. And that's the end of the article. Okay. So, I hope you caught that, and I'll break it down a little bit if you haven't been listening. So, they're trying to freaking make Israel as an evil country in California. Literally, Israel's been fighting for its life ever since 1948. And literally, they've been in tons of wars. A lot more than any other modern day country. Literally, and had attacks more than any other modern day country. Literally. Compared to the US, we've had far fewer attacks than them. We've only had 9/11, the Boston Marathon bombing, and also Pearl Harbor. Only 3 major attacks we've ever had. Literally. And Israel's had more than us. Way more. And literally, the Palestinian, if you support this bill, the Palestinians have a support. The Palestinians have a terrorist group, Hamas. And that's literally what they're not telling you people who are in college. If you're watching this and you want some more clarity on Christian/conservative views, to try to see what our opinion is. So yeah, literally, That is true. Literally, Hamas is a terrorist group formed by Palestinian leader Abbas. I can never think of his first name. Just let's say Abbas. Anyways, yeah, you get it? Sounds the same. Literally, we need to freaking stop this stuff. So, if you're out in California and you're a legislator or you're a lawyer of some type, or anybody who's high power, I urge you to go and stop this stuff. Literally, if you're watching this, go and stop this because it's stupid. It's literally stupid, and it's getting more stupider and stupider by the day. So, we need you out there, California, to stop this bullshit. Because Israel is our ally, and we should not just go terrorize our ally because liberal people are liberal teachers and liberal people in our communities support going up against an ally of America. Literally, they've been allies with us for a long time. And literally, we've been even getting more back into it after Obama's stupid policies towards Israel. We've literally been helping Israel out of our backs. And look at how the Democrats and communist teachers freaking teach stuff to our children. So I urge you to make sure that you're heard at these things. Literally, get as many people as you can. Protest against it. Literally, we need to stop this stuff. So I urge any of you out there who support this, even if you don't live in California, that support Israel, to go out there and freaking do it. Literally protest outside the meeting. Who cares if they freaking shoot you off? You just stay right there. Literally protesting. Because they can't stop you. It's your freedom of speech. So literally, I urge any of you, when this stuff starts, read more about it. When it starts, literally go out there and freaking protest right outside the meeting. And literally make your voices so loud they hear you from the inside. Because literally, this is getting stupid. Literally, communists want to take over our country. And literally hurt Israel because they want to be in charge of the United States, and Israel is a big part of the Christian community and American community in general. And literally, we support them, a lot of us do. And literally, it's just getting stupid. Our politicians are causing a lot of shit. So, we're ending here. Please leave a comment down below if there's any other topics you've heard of that I need to cover for next week's episode. I'd love that. Also, there is a, what was I thinking? Okay, so let's say this. Literally, please leave a comment down below and all that of future topics. And then also like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for notification, just in case you want to get notifications every time you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. So I may just film a new turtle video tonight. So stay tuned for that. Brandon McDonald signing out. Dad.